Hi everyone. Today I'm going to record the 45th chapter of my novel Farishta. So let's start. When that woman who was serving us food, she put food in the plate of German man, I felt very happy inwardly. Then it was Italian's turn. Next was me and Raza. He said, Farishta, what they are doing with us? It's quite embarrassing. Ethically, it's not good. It disgraces humanity. I'm not talking about slaves. I'm not talking about the slaves of Second World War, but I feel like Jews of Second World War. I said, I felt this first day, but now I don't feel anything. The only thing which is strange for me is that they eat dinner at 6 o'clock in the evening. In winter time, it's dark at 6 o'clock, but in summer, especially in the month of June, when sun sets very late, I feel very strange doing this and eating at this time. The concept of night is dark. The concept of night is dark outside. Over here for the dinner, night is at 6 o'clock in the evening, but sun shines outside. Raza Becky said, I will write about this. Salvatore, who was listening our conversation, he said, I will write about this too. I will write the whole story of this situation, about this place. I said to Salvatore, first you take food in your plate, then you write something about this place. He gave his plate to the woman who was serving food to Salvatore. Salvatore said abusive word in Italian language. That woman said, why are you cursing me? Salvatore got angry. He said, Italians are everywhere. Wherever there are potatoes and onions, there are Italians. I just added tomato as well. Then it was my turn, and then Raza's turn. We took food in our plates and came to those rectangular tables. Raza asked me where you were. I said I was at Bodensee. There's a lake in Preußlingen. It's called Bodensee. It's called Lago di Costanzo. And the speciality of this lake is half of the lake is in Germany and half of the lake is in Switzerland. The German people call it Bodensee, and Italian they call it Lago di Costanzo. Because in Italian, lago means lake. Salvatore said, the lake you are talking about, swimming is allowed there. I said, I don't know, but I have seen people swimming in that lake. I swam there as well, but I will never swim again there. Raza said, but why? Dog swims as well in that lake. Salvatore said, what's wrong with that? Raza said, in your society, dog is a family member. But in Muslim society, one can keep dog if he's really in need. Otherwise, dog, if dog touches you, you are unclean. When Salvatore heard this, he got astonished. He said, I'm hearing this first time, that if dog touches you, you are impure. Raza said, if you will stay with us, we will tell you every day a new thing. We will tell you what you see on Italian. We will not tell you what you see on Italian TV. What they tell you about Iran and Pakistan. We will tell you what actually these countries are. Then he turned his face towards me and said, what do you think, Farishta? Am I right or wrong? I confirmed what he said. Then I asked him, when I wasn't here, what kind of discussion you were doing? Was it a literature stuff or something else? He said, nothing special. He was praising Dante and I was praising Firdausi, Rudki, Khayyam, Sadi, and Rumi. Salvatore said, I didn't even realize that in Persian literature there are giant writers and poets like these. When we finished our food, a security guard came and said, get yourself ready, you will be shifted to Garnage Hotel. It was again the same Toyota van and us. We waited for our turn, and but when our turn came, it was 7:30 in the evening. It was very hot today. When we arrived at hotel, we took shower one by one. Even though still many people were waiting outside the bathroom, but in 7 days, secret places where you can take shower whenever you want. It is always available. It was in the basement of the building, and people didn't know about this. Therefore, I told Raza and Salvatore, this secret washroom. When we did everything, thrice of us came at the terrace. We took chairs and sat there. I said to Salvatore, you didn't tell us what you used to do and what you do. Salvatore said, in fact, I took degree in literature, but I'm a freelance journalist. I used to write articles for Italian newspaper, and I will continue writing articles. But what is the relation between articles writing and taking asylum? He said, there is a relation. There is a relation. Do you know the world's biggest drug market? I said, must be in Pakistan or in Afghanistan. He said, no. World's biggest drug market is in Italy. There is a city in Italy called Naples, and in Napoli there is a place called Scampia. World's biggest drug market is in Scampia. In the beginning, I used to write small articles. Then I started writing about that area. One day someone threatened our editor, that if you will not stop writing about us, we will burn your office and we will not leave anyone alive. It wasn't just a threat. We will burn your office and we will not leave anyone alive. It was not just a threat. They had the power of doing all this. Finally, our editor went to Denmark to save his life, and I'm here in front of you. Raza said, Italian police could have provided you protection. He said, to be honest with you, in Italy the security system is very weak. But in some areas it's weak, and in some areas it's very strong. But as you cross Rome, there is no security in Italy. Italy is the only country in Europe who has this problem. The Italian drug mafia is very strong and very well organized. If someone writes against them or try to do something against them, he will be finished. They will not. Everyone knows, whole world know about this, but no one can do anything. Raza said, forget about these things. Let's talk about something else. I asked, for example, therefore Raza said, we talk about literature. Me and Salvatore, we had good discussion on literature. Salvatore said, you read Dante? I said, what do you mean? I read Dante. He said, I mean, you read Divina Commedia of Dante Alighieri? I said, I have read in English. I have read the English translation of Divina Commedia. It talks about hell, heaven, and purgatory. Purgatory. If you really want to enjoy Divina Commedia, then you read it in Italian. I would rather say you read it in lingua vulgare. Rather said, the people who have translated Dante in English, among them there is Dorothy Sayre and Barbara Reynolds. And other most famous and easy translation is by Mark Musa. I liked it very much. He did a lot of research on it. Salvatore said, but in Italian there is rhyming, metaphors, and similes. You will enjoy reading it. Even there is historical background of every verse, and some verses have scientific things as well. I said, I have read Mark Musa's translation. He explained historical backgrounds very well. You learn about Ghibellini and Guelfi history. He even mentioned that Ghibellini and Guelfi were two German tribes. They came and settled here. And as it was difficult for Italian to pronounce Zwellini and Zwelf, so they pronounced G instead of Z. So like this, Zwelf became Guelf. Salvatore started looking at me. He started looking at my face anxiously. He said, I didn't know about this. Raza said, he mentioned historical people which are mentioned in Divina Commedia, like Filippo Argentini. Mark Musa did a lot of research while he was doing the translation of Divina Commedia. Salvatore said, by the way, you can write a complete book on each verse of Dante Alighieri's Divina Commedia. Raza said, no doubt about it. I said, by the way, Salvatore, Dante, from where he took the central idea of Divina Commedia. Salvatore said, the central idea of Divina Commedia is Dante's own creation. Other than that, he might have read or he might have taken some ideas from Holy Scripture, Bible. Raza said, Islam has the concept of heaven and hell. Hindus believe that there is Swarg and Narg. In every religion, there is a concept of heaven and hell. Dante knew all this, and he knew that what he was going to write, but he has written his Divina Commedia in mythological way. Thank you very much. I hope you like my video. Like my video, subscribe my channel, press the bell icon, and thank you very much. There will be very interesting chapter next after this, which will talk about Dante Alighieri's Divina Commedia.